Want to settle your divorce out of court? Hi, I'm Bill Farias, founder of Farias Family Law. This is an issue that came up this week and comes up often. This woman approached us. She wants to get divorced, but she's been hearing some stories about how the courts are backed up and how scheduling is a little bit unpredictable now, especially during the time of COVID. So she wants to try to work around the court system to finalize her divorce. So the probate and family court ultimately does have to approve a divorce for it to be formally processed and official. However, to get to that point, you do not have to use the court system to resolve any disputes. You can use what's called alternative dispute resolution. One form of alternative dispute resolution that's especially common in family law and divorce is mediation. And the way that that works is that a third party, usually an experienced family law attorney or a retired judge, will hear the disputed issues and make recommendations to the parties and guide the parties toward a resolution. So to make this work, you first of all have to be able to look at your circumstances objectively, and that means, to the extent possible, removing emotion from the equation. Now, that can be difficult to do. People get divorced because things didn't work out, and sometimes there are hurtful things that happen. But in order to effectively move toward resolving your case, you have to do your best to put those issues aside. You have to the extent possible, forgive the other party, or at least accept what's happened and work to move beyond it. So that doesn't mean that you're going to forget everything that happened. Some things that happen leading up to divorce are very hurtful, but to give yourself the best chance of getting through the process effectively and efficiently, you have to practice some acceptance and some form of forgiveness to at least get yourself to a point where you can be reasonable and attack this with an objective mindset. So if you choose to move toward divorce, the first decision you're going to have to make is, should I invest in getting some guidance from an attorney? So a mediator is not representing either party, is not looking out for either party. So if there is enough on the line in terms of finances, whether it's the assets you hold, potential support that might be paid out either for child support or alimony, or asset division, how bank accounts, retirement accounts will be divided, liabilities, debts. If you have enough of that on the line, it may make sense to reach out to an attorney to get advice before you go into mediation. Because if you go into mediation unprepared or with a bad plan, you could end up with a bad recommendation, which will make the case difficult to resolve. So once you've decided whether you need an attorney for guidance, the next step would be having a meeting to discuss the issues. Sometimes you think you need mediation, and really just sitting down and talking through the issues might get you to a resolution. And again, if attorneys are involved, then attorneys would be a part of that process, and the attorneys and parties would meet and discuss all the issues in detail. If after that point you have issues that are still contested, then you can determine whether it's appropriate to invest in mediation. So that's how a mediation plan works. If you want to settle your case out of court, you should follow that plan by, number one, making sure that you put yourself in a position where you're able to objectively look at your facts and circumstances. And again, that requires some forgiveness and acceptance to at least get to a point where you can be reasonable and make objective and good decisions on your case. And then number two, decide whether it's worth investing in getting some advice and guidance from a divorce attorney going into the mediation. Then you want to have a meeting to hash out the issues to the extent possible and figure out whether there are contested issues, and if so, narrowing them down to the extent possible. And then you can decide whether it's worth investing in some mediation to resolve those disputes. If you have any other issues or questions, you can call us at 508-675-0464. You can email us at info@fariasfamilylaw.com. If you found this video helpful, you can subscribe to our channel and share it with anyone you think might benefit from it. And you can also find us on Facebook at Farias Family Law. Thank you. Have a good day.